Welcome back, mamas. Y'all, today I am excited to talk to you about authenticity. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you how this is going to be so freeing for you and permission granted be you. Does that sound amazing? Not that you need my permission, but sometimes it may feel like you need someone else's permission. Let's try to erase that. So let's get into it. Do you wish you had control of your days, that you had a rhythm, but instead feel overwhelmed, scattered, and like there's never enough time? You're in the right place. I'm Danielle, a recovering workaholic, wife, and stay-at-home mom of 2 girls. I've learned how to reclaim my time and find purpose and freedom so I can be present with my kids and feel like myself again. Here, we embrace where we are, but we don't stay there. So if you're ready to trade the chaos for clarity, the guilt for grace, and the endless to-do list for aligned flow, grab the kiddos a snack and toss in that laundry because I know you're multitasking, and let's do this because your time, your purpose, and you matter. Okay, mamas, I am excited to talk to you today about authenticity. I have been doing because I have been experiencing, as I'm sure a lot of you have, a lot of, I want to say polarization. I want to say one side versus another side, divisiveness. That's the word I'm looking for. Divisiveness in this world, in my sphere, even in just people that I am friends with, whether it be on social media or in real life, I have felt this almost like a pressure to maybe conform or maybe to be silenced or to not speak my opinion or, these are not things that I typically would do, but I started to think about it in the scope of motherhood and in the scope of where you might be sitting right now and how maybe you're not being authentic with yourself and how maybe you are silencing yourself and what you think you should be doing because of some outside pressures or the outside world. So I'm going to start with a quote. This one is from Brene Brown, who, as you know, I love. Brene Brown says, "Authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are." Authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. Embrace who you are, y'all. Embrace who you are. If you are sitting there as a mama and you are absolutely loving your role as a stay-at-home mom, but you're actually not because you are feeling this pulling, this calling, this yearning for more. You are sitting there unhappy. This world may be driving you further and further into that unhappiness because of everything that's going on in the current day. But I just want to let you know that you can be free of this. Authenticity is what is going to make you free of what you're feeling, right? Because if you get honest with yourself and if you allow yourself to get out of those shoulds, right? Let go of who you think you're supposed to be, in quotes, like supposed to be, and start embracing who you actually are, then you are going to feel so free. You might be sitting there and not telling anyone how unsettled you are, how unhappy you are, how much you just don't understand why you are in this, frame of mind, why you are feeling the way you're feeling, but you can't shake it. It is a feeling that you can't shake because you want more for yourself, but you don't want to go back to work. You don't want to give up your stay-at-home mom role, but you also feel like you've lost a part of yourself and you don't know how to get that back and you don't know what to do. And so you're just shoving it all down, right? And in doing that, we're being inauthentic, right? Because we think we should be happy. I know I did. I know I was sitting there thinking, okay, I have what I think that I wanted, right? I thought I wanted this life. I thought this would be what made me happy. I thought this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to be at home. I wanted to be involved with my kids' school. I wanted to, do all of the things that I was doing, right? This is what I thought I wanted, but I was doing all of those things. I was volunteering for the kids' school and I was doing all of the things that I thought I wanted to be doing, yet something was missing. A part of me was missing. A part of me had been, I think I changed, right? I changed as a person. And so I was now different than I used to be. As a mom, I was a different person. I now have these humans that I was caring for and that I loved more than anything. And I didn't want to not be with them. I didn't want to give up that role at all. But was sitting there wanting more. And that may be where you are right now. And I just want to tell you that authenticity is the key to set you free, right? I'm going to read another Brene Brown quote. And this one says, authenticity is not something we have or don't have. It's a practice, a conscious choice of how we want to live. Authenticity is a collection of choices that we have to make every day. It's about the choice to show up and be real, the choice to be honest, the choice to let our true selves be seen. To let our true selves be seen, are you letting your true self be seen or are you putting on a mask, right? I know I was putting on a mask. I know I was pretending that everything was fine. I know I was pretending that everything was better than fine. Like everything was great. And, I had exactly what I wanted. I was doing all the things. I was taking my kids to the zoo. I was with them, taking them wherever because I was staying at home with them, right? I was doing whatever I wanted to essentially, but was I? I wasn't. I was not. I was missing a piece of myself. I thought I had everything that I wanted, but I didn't. And I was telling myself that something was wrong with me, that I was broken, that, something must be wrong with me. And that's what I kept telling myself over and over again. Something must be wrong with me. This is what I wanted, but why am I not happy? Why am I not happy? And I was beating myself up for it. And I don't want you to sit there because you don't have to feel that way. Like we as moms, a lot of times get caught up in the motherhood, right? We get caught up and we lose a piece of ourselves. And we are all of a sudden stuck. We feel stuck, but we're not stuck, right? What you're doing is you're just not living authentically. And that might be hard to hear because you might feel like you are living authentically, right? Like this is what you wanted. But if there's a piece of you and a part of you that is unhappy and you are shoving that down, then you are not living authentically because you now know that you need something more. You now know, you've discovered, right? You didn't know at the time. This is what you thought you wanted. This is what you wanted, right? You still want to stay home. You just need something more, something a little bit additional. I don't know what that looks like for you. It's probably going to look different for each and every one, but I know that if you keep shoving it down and keep trying to ignore it, that you will wind up in a worse off place. You will hopefully not wind up depressed, but you will start being more unhappy and more unhappy and more unsettled and more thinking that something is wrong with you, right? I want to read another quote by Adam Grant that says, authenticity means erasing the gap between what you firmly believe inside and what you reveal to the world. So if you are firmly believing inside that you know you need more, like there is something in you that's like, I need more. I know I need more, but I shouldn't. I feel guilty for needing more. I feel shameful for needing more. So I'm just going to shove that down and you aren't revealing that to the outside world because you're afraid of what they think. I'm going to read one more quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson that says, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Like it is really hard. It is really hard to be yourself in a world that's constantly trying to make you into something that you're not. And when you are living that day in and day out, you are constantly trying to conform to the world, even though you know that it's not you, then you are going to drive yourself to be more and more and more unhappy. right? And I do not want that for you. I do not want that for you. I know that I have created a program where you can come and schedule a prioritization clarity call with me, and we will get clear on what you want. We will get clear on, it won't just be me asking you, like, what do you want? No, we have a way of figuring that out. We will talk about what is important to you at this moment in time, at this point in your life. It is going to look different than it used to, right? It's going to look different than it used to. We will talk about your strengths and what you are good at. What can we use? What do you need to do? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? And we will take it step by step, but there is a defined process. And let me tell you that I did it the wrong way, and you can do this on your own, but I would love to help you with it in a prioritization clarity call. That's all where it starts. You can schedule that on my website, prioritizewithpurpose.com. I digress though. I want to get back to one more quote here. And this one is actually a Bible verse. It's Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7. And it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Okay, y'all, I want you to know that you don't have to do this alone. Do not be anxious, right? Turn this over to God. By prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will be with you. Okay? He will guard your heart and your mind. I've been talking about guarding your heart, but all you have to do is turn it over to Him, and He will give you that peace. Do not sit there and feel anxious. Do not try to do this on your own. That was the piece, I think, for me that was key in figuring everything out for myself. And that is what I want for you so much. And it starts there. So I want to encourage you to start with turning it over to God, and then you will feel this peace, which transcends all understanding, right? You will feel this peace, and you will be able to be your authentic self. You will be able to start revealing to the people that you care about what is actually going on, right? And you will feel more confident in doing that, and less like you are going to be judged, and more like you have this renewed strength from God, who really knows who you are, right? He knows exactly what you need, and He would not have placed this yearning, this wanting for more on your heart if that wasn't something that you were supposed to step into, if that wasn't something that you were supposed to walk out. And so He will give you that peace. And then what I'm going to tell you to do is schedule a prioritization clarity call, y'all. I promise you that you do not have to do this alone. And telling someone else, placing your trust in God, then telling someone else, right? And then coming and doing the work to get clear and get still and figure out who you are at this moment in your life and what you want, what is most important to you. And then we figure out what your strengths are, how to get that, and we go from there. And you set this roadmap to where you want to go and to who you want to be ultimately, right? You want to be this role model for your child. You do not want to step out of their life or your children, but you also know that you need something for you, and you don't know how to figure that out. And so this is what I'm here for. Go to prioritizewithpurpose.com/coaching will take you right to the page where you can schedule. Prioritizewithpurpose.com/coaching. Sign up for a prioritization clarity call, or if you still have questions, feel free to sign up for a discovery call, which is free, and it's with me, and I will answer any questions that you have so that you can feel confident scheduling that clarity call. Okay. So until Thursday, y'all, I want to encourage you to be authentic. All right. Talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, Mama. If so, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and then hit share and send this to a mom who needs this in her day. I'll meet you right here on Thursday. Keep smiling, y'all.